So if there's anything I've learned over the last handful of years, man, it is the relationship between sales and marketing. And so sales without a solid marketing foundation will create a massive up and down result within your business. And so marketing, in my opinion, is how you take the valleys out of the peaks and valleys of having a strong sales team. So sales and marketing in today's world, man, they're really one and the same, right? And so if you have a strong sales team, you'll have a lot of peaks where you have a lot of great results, you build a lot of momentum, and then on the backside, when you have to actually process those sales and you actually have to deliver the product, whatever it is you're selling, whether it's construction services or something else, when you have to deliver that product, your sales team has some level of attachment to making that happen. And so when they're not selling, when they're not actively selling, marketing is the engine that takes care of that, that moves it forward and eliminates or at least reduces a lot of those valleys that come from the peaks and valleys of having a really good sales team, but they don't have the bandwidth to constantly be selling. So marketing fills in those gaps with leads from online or getting online attention that converts into prospects. And so marketing is really one of the most important foundations of a sales team, is to make sure that your marketing is on point and delivering for you 24/7, 365, right? And especially in today's world with digital marketing, we can keep that engine running all the time. And so there's a balance between, you know, not allowing your salespeople to become 100% dependent on leads and having a sales team that can still prospect, but still having that engine of digital marketing working for you all the time. And once you get that balance of sales and marketing and kind of blend that together and you get the right mix of those two, man, that is the magic pill that will literally take your business to any level you choose when it comes to the success and the revenue and the profit. You know, I always say, man, once you get sales and marketing right and working together, driving revenue and profit into your business is like no different than walking into your kitchen, turning the faucet on, and expecting water to come out. One of the most critical pieces of marketing is being a great storyteller. And so if you see, you know, you'll hear a lot of people talk about salespeople and the importance of being a great storyteller. And that's really important, but never forget that when you're marketing to people, you are always telling the story of your company. So you're taking what's going on in your company, the value, the differentiation that you can create as a company, and you're telling that story of exactly how that will benefit those people out there that would be looking for the services that you provide. And so being a great storyteller, it takes research. If you guys are ever out there looking for books on this stuff, there's a great one called Building a Story Brand by a guy named Donald Miller. And that book will teach you how to be a great storyteller. What are the components of telling a great story? And so when it comes to telling a great story, the way that you know this is a great way to be marketing to your customers is everybody has seen either an action movie or maybe a love story, and that creates either fear or exhilaration or emotion, right? You hear that love story and it creates emotion in you that can connect you to that story. And so this is why the power of storytelling, when you watch those movies that are really well written and the actors are really good at telling that story of you know, convincing you that you're actually part of that, you can literally feel those emotions as if you're there. And so that's the power of storytelling. And when you have great moments of storytelling in your marketing and that becomes really consistent, people literally become part of your company because they're so attracted to that story that you're telling. I think in the world of marketing today, it is more apparent than ever that those people that get digital marketing correct, they are absolutely destroying their competition in the local market. And the reason for that is people are using phones and computers and digital products to look up everything. Whether you're going to eat or purchasing a car or looking for construction services, people are starting in that digital landscape. And so as you get into that digital landscape and you become the first company or one of the companies that is found on Google or one of the companies that's found on Facebook, or you have powerful YouTube videos out there that people can get to know your company, you are always going to outrun those companies in your local market that don't. One of the questions I ask all the people that I coach all the time is, do you know of any companies today that have started in the last 5 years that are successful that don't have that digital presence, that don't have a strong marketing message out there? And the answer is always no. Nobody can ever think of one. And so you want to be that company that has that strong marketing presence so that you're competing in your market or dominating your market. And it all starts with your ability to tell the right stories and distribute those stories digitally. So we refer to that as digital duplication. So if you have, your company might have the best story ever, but the only way that people are ever going to know that story is if you are actually actively telling that story on video, on social media, broadcasting that story to as many people as possible. And then if you're able to, put the financial resources behind that so that you can reach as many people as possible with that story that attaches people emotionally to your company. We talk about this a lot, but the power of video in today's world, man, it is undeniable, right? So if you are a company that isn't adopting video into your everyday life as a company, telling your story on video constantly and constantly distributing that, then you are going to be behind the times compared to those that do. And so if you're in a market where other people are already adopting this, you definitely want to jump on it and get caught up to those companies as quickly as possible. And you want to go all in as much as you can on video. One of the things that I say to people, they say, man, I'm nervous about getting on video. I can't get in front of a camera. It makes me freeze up. And I can tell you that I believe in the future you are not going to have an option but to be on camera telling your story, telling the stories of your team members, your company. Where did it come from? How do you guys do business? What makes you different? If you are not utilizing video right now and into the future, you are going to fall more and more behind compared to those companies that do. So don't hesitate. The easiest way to force yourself into the habit of doing video is to invest into it, right? Go buy some equipment, buy the things necessary that allow you to record yourself and distribute that content. And that financial investment is going to drag you in that direction. It's going to motivate you to start recording yourself. And it doesn't matter who you are. The first time you turn the camera on, you're not going to be necessarily the most smooth. You're not going to say all the right things. And as you do it more and more, you're going to get more comfortable. You're going to tell your story better. And your company is going to grow as a result of it. And you're going to grow personally. More people are going to know you. And so in turn, more people can do business with you. Another way that you can leverage marketing is to create events that are around your company or around your brand. So if you're able to create events, whether that be as simple as a happy hour event or an educational event, a lot of companies do lunch and learns where they can bring people into their office, or they can go to somebody else's office to kind of, educate people. But having events is a great way to create marketing. It's a great way to share the education and the knowledge that you have within your company with other people. And so the bigger you can make those events and the more attention those events draw, the more result you're going to get on the back end from a marketing perspective, right? So as you gain attention, attention eventually converts into dollars, right, on the back end. And so as you create these types of events, whether it be large or small events, you can start any way that you want. Those events are a great way to garner a lot of attention, to be able to transfer the knowledge that you have to the people that need it. And you are going to be looked at as an authority in your space if you can create these events that attract customers to them. So everybody, when it comes to marketing, putting yourself out there, videos, taking photos of yourself, everybody is going to claim that they are afraid of the camera, or they are afraid to put their message out there. They're afraid to go on a podcast and do an interview because they might sound silly. And the reality is you can have stage fright for as long as you want, but it's not going to change the fact that the future is moving faster than ever. Digital is being adopted quicker than ever before. And if you are not on the forefront of this race to become a digital company, the race to get in front of the camera so that you can be known by more people and more people know about your business, know about your story, and in turn can transact business with you, then you're ultimately just losing every single day that you don't do it, right? So motivate yourself, put yourself out there. The faster you turn the camera on, the faster you're going to get over that fear that you have of being in front of the camera. So it's not going to go away, guys. It is something that you absolutely have to have in your portfolio to be a successful company as you go into the future. And even as a person, if you want a better career, if you're somebody that's working for a company, if you want a better career, you want to be known by more people, and maybe people will come and recruit you and give you a better career than what you have currently, you do that by getting attention. And the only way that you're going to get attention in today's world is be comfortable being in front of a camera. So I think it's super important for everybody to realize that, like, marketing is many, many different facets. So it's video, it's social media, it's digital, it's Google. It's being in as many places as you can possibly be so that you meet your customers in the places where they exist. If that is LinkedIn, if most of your audience is going to be found, or most of your prospects are going to be found on LinkedIn, then make sure you have a strong LinkedIn presence. If those people are going to be on Facebook, then be on Facebook. If you are a residential remodeler, I would recommend that you own Pinterest, right? Because there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of females on Pinterest looking for which contractor to choose, who has the best ideas, what are the looks that this contractor can produce that I might like. But marketing is about being well-rounded. It's about, being comfortable on video, having great content from a photo perspective, and then constantly running that machine of repetition to achieve the results that you want. And so the more people that know you, the more people can do business with you. And so that comes down to being extremely consistent and well-rounded in the world of marketing.